1. The struggle we all face. Have you ever found yourself doing your best, yet things still don't seem to fall into place? Many of us experience times when life feels like a constant effort and uphill journey, where progress feels slow or uncertain. This is a natural part of being human. It's not a sign of failure, but rather a reflection of life's complexity. We all face moments of doubt, challenge, and unexpected change. These moments can feel discouraging, especially when our efforts don't produce immediate results. But what if, instead of trying to force outcomes, we learn to look at these situations differently? Often the way we respond matters more than the situation itself. Understanding this shift in perspective can help us navigate challenges more calmly. It's not about ignoring difficulties, but about developing the mindset to move through them with patience, clarity, and resilience. This idea is at the heart of what Stoic philosophy offers. To introducing Stoicism, a practical philosophy. Stoicism is often thought of as an ancient philosophy, but its teachings are remarkably relevant today. It doesn't ask us to withdraw from life or suppress our emotions. Instead, Stoicism encourages thoughtful reflection and purposeful action. Core, it's about focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, decisions, and responses, while accepting what lies beyond our influence. This perspective can be especially helpful during times of uncertainty or difficulty. Rather than becoming overwhelmed by external events, Stoic practice teaches us to respond with clarity and intention. Thinkers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius didn't speak from theory alone. They applied these ideas in daily life, even while facing personal and political challenges. Stoicism invites us to do the same, to build inner strength, act with integrity, and live in alignment with our values. In this way, philosophy becomes not just something we study, but something we live through our everyday choices. 3. The dichotomy of control. 1. Of the most important ideas in Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that some things are within our control while others are not. This concept helps us direct our attention and energy more wisely. For example, we can't control the weather, other people's actions, or unexpected events. But we can control how we respond, the choices we make, and the attitude we bring to each situation. Epictetus, a key Stoic thinker, emphasized that peace of mind comes from focusing only on what we can influence. When we try to control things outside our reach, frustration often follows. Marcus Aurelius also encouraged this mindset, reminding himself to meet each moment with calm and reason. This doesn't mean we ignore problems, it means we learn to approach them with balance and focus. By practicing this distinction, we reduce unnecessary stress and create more space for thoughtful, intentional living. Point for letting go of attachments, a central theme in Stoic philosophy is learning to let go of unhealthy attachments. This doesn't mean we stop caring or avoid relationships, but rather that we recognize the impermanent nature of external things, possessions, status, and even the opinions of others. Stoic thinkers like Epictetus and Seneca remind us that our well-being should not depend on things we cannot fully control. When we become too attached to external outcomes, we often invite disappointment and emotional distress. Letting go is not about avoidance. It's about engaging with life thoughtfully, while accepting that change is natural. We can still enjoy meaningful relationships and achievements, but with the understanding that they are not guaranteed to last. This approach encourages a more balanced and peaceful mindset.
By valuing inner stability over external circumstances,
Create space for genuine contentment, even in times of change or uncertainty. 5. Navigating opinions and social pressure. In today's world, it's easy to become influenced by what others think, whether it's through social media, workplace dynamics, or community expectations. Stoic philosophy offers a helpful reminder. While we can listen to others and consider their views, our self-worth should not depend on external approval. Epictetus taught that we suffer more from our judgments than from events themselves. We allow others' opinions to shape how we see ourselves. We may find it difficult to remain steady during challenges. Marcus Aurelius also reflected on this idea, reminding himself to remain grounded in reason and virtue rather than public opinion. This doesn't mean we ignore feedback. It means we stay true to our values, even when outside voices are loud. By developing an internal sense of direction, we become more confident in our choices and less affected by constant comparison or criticism. 6. Embracing uncertainty is a natural part of life. No matter how carefully we plan, we can't predict every outcome. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to fear this unpredictability, but to approach it with patience and flexibility. Epictetus encouraged people to focus on their actions and intentions rather than trying to control external results. When we accept that certain things are outside our influence, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that life is constantly changing and that resisting this change only leads to frustration. Instead, we can choose to respond with understanding and adaptability. This doesn't mean we stop striving for positive outcomes. It simply means we recognize the limits of our control. By letting go of rigid expectations, we become more open to learning, growth, and calm decision-making, even in the face of the unknown. This mindset helps us face life with steadiness and clarity. 7. Applying Stoicism in everyday life. Stoic philosophy is most useful when applied in everyday situations. It's not just about deep ideas, but about how we handle daily challenges, like stress at work, disagreements, or unexpected delays. Stoicism encourages us to respond thoughtfully, rather than react emotionally. It teaches us to focus on what we can do in the present moment, instead of worrying about things beyond our control. Whether it's choosing patience during a traffic jam or showing kindness in a difficult conversation, these small decisions reflect Stoic values in action. By practicing this mindset regularly, we build habits that support emotional balance and personal growth. Over time, we may notice greater clarity, better decision-making, and more resilience in the face of difficulties. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without problems. It offers guidance on how to approach them with reason, calm, and purpose, helping us live more peacefully and responsibly in any situation. 8. Conclusion. A mindful approach to living as we reflect on the ideas within Stoic philosophy. One message stands out. Life is not always within our control, but our response to it is. Stoicism does not ask us to ignore our emotions or avoid challenges. Instead, it encourages us to meet life with a thoughtful, balanced perspective. By focusing on our values, actions, and mindset, we can approach each moment with more clarity and less fear. This philosophy helps us stay grounded, not by avoiding difficulty, but by learning to move through it with patience and understanding. Whether we're facing success or setback, the goal remains the same: to act with integrity, remain present, and continue learning. This approach supports long-term growth and peace of mind. By living in alignment with these principles, we're not seeking perfection, we're simply trying to live more intentionally and make thoughtful choices in a world that often feels uncertain.